Tshepo Masike from Mahikeng in the Northwest Province. He was forced to abandon his studies due to a lack of funding.
An aspiring engineer, Masike was one of the top 20 matriculants in the Ngakamudirumulema district last year. He obtained 5 distinctions, passing physics with 86% and maths with 88%. A bright future beckoned. He enrolled for a Bachelor of Science degree at Wits, but dropped out because he couldn't foot the hefty bills. Now stranded at home with debt over 20,000 rand hanging over his head.
It is very unfortunate that I didn't get any sponsorship. So during the period when I was supposed to start writing on March, I had to deregister because I had no textbooks, no study material. I was struggling to travel from Soweto to the university every day.
The family of 6 depends on the grandmother's social grant.
We were
expecting that Tshepo will finish his studies and be able to take care of his siblings, including his mother, who is unemployed.
Masike helps pupils with maths and science at his alma mater. His accord calls for free education. Despite passing his matric with flying colors at this under-resourced school, Masike says his academic ambitions were dealt a blow by what he terms exorbitant tuition fees at institutions of higher learning. SABC News, Mahikeng.
Now for a little bit more on the story, let's speak to the young man himself. His name is Tshepo Masike from Mahikeng. He's 19 years old. He was forced to abandon his studies due to a lack of funding, as you saw in that piece. But let's talk to Tshepo himself. Good morning to you, Tshepo. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, good morning, sir. Thank you.
Tshepo, now today the students are marching to the union buildings in the capital, Pretoria. Would you have joined that march if you were still studying?
Yes, I would have joined the march because I think it's a great movement. Many people have been disadvantaged because of fees.
Tell us your story a little bit, your personal story. Just give us a little bit more detail. You've now been forced to deregister, I understand.
Yes, early this year I was registered with Wits University, but because I did not have any sponsorship of any kind, I had to deregister because I could not further my studies with the debt.
And tell us a little bit about the debt. Now, how deep in the hole were you?
I was at Wits for about a month, but when I deregistered on March, I was liable for 20%, which is somewhere close to 20,000.
That's a lot of money in anybody's language. Now, I want to take you to what has happened this week. We've seen protests outside Parliament in Cape Town on all the campuses have now joined in around the country. The students are united, it seems, against fees. What is your assessment, though, overall of the Fees Must Fall campaign?
Sorry?
What do you think of the overall Fees Must Fall campaign we've seen around the country so far?
Okay, as I've said before, I think it's a great movement. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Tshepo Masike, he's a little bit shy from Mahikeng. He says 20% is what he was due to pay in the first month, 20,000 rand. His family, well, they simply just couldn't. They simply couldn't pay that money, so he's had to deregister himself. You can see it's affected him quite a bit now.